do this. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for attending the January 2nd, 2024 Holmdel Township Committee Reorganization Meeting. I hereby announce that pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, the adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the notice which was sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, and posted on the bulletin board in Township Hall and filed in the Township Clerk's office on November 30th, 2023. Our first order of business would be the invocation by Captain Kent D. Smith.
We gather here today in celebration of community, acknowledging the power vested in the people and the great responsibility entrusted to those who lead. We entrust them with the well-being of our families, safety of our streets, and the promise of a better tomorrow. In this spirit, I offer the following that they might receive assistance in fulfilling these important duties. Dear Lord, source of all wisdom and justice, we implore your guidance upon the leaders of this community. Grant them the courage to face the challenges that lie ahead, the strength to make difficult choices, and the discernment to know right from wrong. May their decisions be guided by compassion, their leadership driven by empathy, and their actions forever bound to the greater good. Empower them, not with the might of swords, but with an unyielding spirit. May they find comfort in the support of their citizens, strength in the diversity of their voices, and inspiration in their dreams for an even brighter future. We offer our thanks and praise for the blessings already bestowed upon us, and pray for continued peace and prosperity for the Township of Holmdel. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our troops and first responders. Thank you. I'm sorry. Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Rocco, Daniel, and Matthew and Preveduto. Go, guys. Can you pull the microphone up for them? It's on. It was on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we can stay seated. Now you're going to have to get started.
Next is the administration of the oath of office for Holmdel Township Committee to Domenico DJ Lucarelli, which will be administered by Assemblywoman Vicky Flynn.
I, Domenico DJ Lucarelli. You and Wendy can do it, but I can't say that.
Okay. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
all
all the duties of a Holmdel Township committeeman
the Holmdel Township committeeman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Next, we are going to have the administration of the oath of office for Holmdel Township Committeeman to Joseph Romano. The oath of office will be administered by Assemblywoman Vicky Flynn.
Okay, thank you.
I, Joseph Romano,
I, Joseph Romano,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a Holmdel Township Committeeman
all the duties of a Holmdel Township Committeeman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Do it up at your...
Thank you. Congratulations, gentlemen. Roll call. Mr. Foster?
Here.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Here.
Ms. LaMountain?
Here.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Here.
Mr. Romano?
Here.
Next is the appointment of the Township Attorney, Resolution 2024-1. It's awarding professional service contract to the Township Attorney to King, Mensch, and Collins LLP, and appointing Michael L. Collins as designated legal officer for the Township of Holmdel. Can I get a motion, please?
Move.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Okay, 2024-01 has been successfully passed. Congratulations. Next, I would like to ask if I have a nomination for mayor for the 2024 calendar year.
I would like to nominate Rocco Impreviduto.
Second.
Do I have any other nominations? With no other nominations, I'm going to do roll call. Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yeah.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Okay. The nomination has been successful. Congratulations. Next, it's installation of the mayor. An oath of office is going to be administered by former mayor and county freeholder Patrick Impreviduto.
What's that?
Oh, I have it. Right here. I was listening to Domenico.
I'm picking on Wendy today.
That's the Irish version.
I, Rocco Impreviduto,
Do
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of Holmdel Township Mayor
all the duties of Holmdel Township Mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
spray some Lysol over there. You're stuck with them now.
Thank you. And now we will have the election for deputy mayor. Are there any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Brian Foster.
Can I get a second? Second. Do I do the roll call, Wendy, or you?
No.
I'll do it. Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Mr. Impreviduto?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Judge- The oath of office is being administered by County Commissioner Director Thomas Orno.
I state your name. I, Brian Foster. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. That I will support. The Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. The Constitution of the State of New Jersey. That I will bear true faith. That I will bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. And allegiance to the same. And to the governments established. And to the governments established. In the United States. In the United States. And in this state. And in this state. Under the authority of the people. Under the authority of the people. That I will faithfully. That I will faithfully. Impartially. Impartially. And justly perform. And justly perform. All the duties. All of the duties. Of Holmdel Township Deputy Mayor. Of Holmdel Township Deputy Mayor. According to the best of my ability. According to the best of my ability. So help me God. So help me God.
So I just want to take a few moments, folks, before we move on to the agenda, just say a few words and thank a few people. Unfortunately for you guys, brevity is never my strong suit, so Wendy's buzzer might go off at some point, I don't know. But I just, first I want to make sure I acknowledge all the elected, current and former elected officials that are here. Commissioner Director Arnone, former mayors Hines and Critelli, Assemblyman Jerry Scharfenberger, Assemblywoman Vicki Flynn. I'm really hoping I got everybody. If I didn't see you, or don't call your name out, I apologize. About 30 years ago, I walked through the doors of Holmdel High School as a junior. And, you know, it's a pretty uneven time when you're a kid, 16 years old, and now I'm dating myself. But, you know, you're 16 years old, you sort of don't know what you're walking into, you don't know anybody. But I was welcomed extraordinarily quickly by the students in Holmdel and by the people of this town. So much so that a bunch of them are in the fifth row back there. The same faces that I saw when I walked through Holmdel are here today to support us in this, you know, this coming year. So the best friends I have in my life, I had a friend come from Pennsylvania. My friend Mark is here as well. But the best friends I have in my life came from Holmdel, and they're still here with us today. And you know, they love our town, and they've come to support us, and I can't be, I'm beyond grateful. But there's a number of other folks I want to thank along the way as well. Marcy McMullen for her unyielding support and boundless energy that she commits not only to myself and the other elected officials, but to the township as well. DJ Lucarelli, DJ, I can't thank you enough for allowing me to ride, you know, sort of sidecar this past year. You were a great mentor. And someone, you know, whose opinion and perspective I cherish. And I can say with absolute confidence, you have to be among the most decent people that's ever sat in this seat before. So thank you for this past year. I want to thank fellow members of the Township Committee. I want to thank fellow members of the Township Committee for your confidence and for your vote. I want to thank my boys, Rocco, Daniel, and Matthew. Thank you for the Pledge of Allegiance. You guys are the engine that make our family go. And you take a tough job, which is being a parent, and make it really easy, because I couldn't ask for 3 better kids. So thank you so much. My wife Danielle, little known secret, she's probably even more active in our community than I am. For the past 10 years, since we moved back here, she's tirelessly donated hundreds of hours to the schools, our kids, and just the community overall. Teachers, so thank you for all you've done and all you continue to do, now that you're a full-time worker again as well, eating into those volunteer hours. My sister Andrea, my brother-in-law John, thank you for your generosity, to our kids, your generous spirit, and your support all these years. And for my parents, my mom, my patience, my consideration, and the better part of my temperament comes from my mother. So thank you so much for being such a rock and a guiding light for me my entire life. I'm still a mama's boy, I think. But last but not least, I do want to talk about my father and his service to our town. My dad's, I'd say the two defining qualities are leadership and vision. And his leadership was on full display during Hurricane Sandy, which I think was one of the most trying, challenging months that this township has ever experienced. And when I knocked on doors to campaign, I still would hear from people who admired all the work he did and how he put the town before himself and everyone else to try to get things back and operational again. So he is forever remembered for that. His vision, we see it every day. Drive past Bell Works, right? When he was mayor, it was the largest unoccupied commercial office space in the country. And now it's a landmark. There's only two like it in the world. So his vision in getting that done and working with Ralph Zucker, who's a visionary in his own right, are the lasting, it's a lasting legacy in this town. And something that I can always look to and go to with my kids and say, hey, your grandfather did that, right? So it's a very proud thing for me. And so, Dad, if I can be half as good at this as you were, Holmdel's going to be in good hands. So, folks, we've got a big year ahead of us, and your governing body is ready for it. We're committed. We're fully prepared to face the challenges of the year ahead. I can't ask for a better team to work with to get everything done and everything accomplished that we want to accomplish. Our guiding principle is now, will always be, very simply, what's best for Holmdel, right? That's our guiding light, and that's our North Star, and that's what we're always going to try to do. And you'll soon see, we intend to usher in a new era of transparency, fiscal responsibility, and commitment to the unique culture that Holmdel calls its own. So thank you very much to the committee. Thank you very much to the family, friends, and residents. It's a proud moment for me, and we're looking forward to a great year.
Next is the professional appointments, and which would be resolutions 2024-02 to 2024-15.
Can I hear a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
2024-02 to 2024-15 have been successfully passed. Next is resolutions 2024-16 to 2024-29, which is for reorganizational actions.
Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Okay. Resolutions 2024-16 to 2024-29 have been successfully passed. Next are resolutions 2024-30 to 2024-38, which is appointing boards and committees.
Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Resolutions 2024-30 to 2024-38 have been successfully passed. Next is the consent agenda, which has resolutions 2024-39 to 2024-41.
So just before I ask for a motion, folks, I just wanted to speak to the audience really quickly. Two of these resolutions, I said it a little bit earlier, we want to become a more transparent group, and we want to make sure that you guys can trust the governing body, perhaps in ways you never have before, right? Just to show you guys that we're really trying to do the right thing. So the resolution pledging against accepting campaign contributions from Holmdel developers is a really important thing for us. And there was a member of the audience that actually had mentioned it a while back, and we were already in the midst of drafting the resolution. But so he stole my thunder a little bit. But it's something that's important. In the past, there have been donations that have come through, not illegal in any way, but something that we're not comfortable with. So to the best of our ability, we will not accept donations from developers, people with active developments in Holmdel. And if we do find that something has slipped through, that money will be donated to charity. So that's one. And two, the Ad hoc Redevelopment and Economic Development Committee, the focus there is largely going to be around Vonage, right? It's an enormous site, and it's going to be a big item for us this year. And we think a layer of an advisory committee, a layer of citizen, I don't know if oversight's the right word, but intervention is also important for us. We're going to make, again, the best decisions we possibly can with the proper guiding light and in determining what's best, but more opinions to me is always better. So we agreed as a group to make sure that we can bring people on board that'll help us do that. And I think, Wendy, we're opening that up for people to submit starting tonight, and then by the next meeting, we'll have a committee selected?
That's correct, and I already have 2 applications.
That was quick.
Yes.
Okay, terrific. So I just wanted, before we make a motion, I want to make sure everyone understood the context behind those 2 items. Now, does anybody have a motion to approve?
Move.
Second.
Mr. Foster?
Yes.
Ms. LaMountain?
Yes.
Mr. Lucarelli?
So before I say yes, I also think that it deserves, the third item on there deserves some recognition. Bill, you've been a fantastic CFO for us over the years, and we want to congratulate you on earning your tenure and approving you tonight on this. And Holmdel is very lucky to have someone with your skill and abilities and, helping this town and balancing our budgets and working with the committee and everything that you do. So well deserved, and thank you. Yes.
Mr. Romano?
Yes.
Mayor Impreviduto?
Yes.
Okay, resolutions 2024-39 to 2024-41 have been successfully passed. Is the direct appointments by the mayor.
Sure.
So the first would be for the zoning board, and it's the mayoral appointments of Tom Santora and Mark Frigolia to the Holmdel Township Zoning Board. Next is the mayoral appointments of Jeannie Samardin, Jeff Ackerson, TJ Mann, and James Bell to the Holmdel Township Planning Board. Next is the mayoral appointments of Karen Strickland, Wes Fagan, and David Wolf to the Holmdel Township Environmental Commission, and appointing Karen Strickland to serve as chairman for 2024. Also, there are the mayoral appointments of the Local Emergency Management Council.
Make a motion to approve?
No?
No?
No,
Oh,
we
just
don't need
appointments.
motions. It's just direct appointments.
So before we get to public comment, I do want to give the members of the committee, those that got elected, a moment to say a few words if they'd like. So if anybody has anything they'd like to say, go for it.
Sure. I'll say, I'm not even going to look at what I wrote down, but I did want to first start with congratulating Joe Romano, my running mate this year. Congratulations on being appointed this evening. Congratulations and to Rocco and to Brian, Deputy and Deputy Mayor. I'm very happy for both of you, and I know you're going to do a great job, Rocco. And I just wanted to say that it was very proud. It was an honor to serve as your mayor this past year. It was something that I did not really want to do when I got involved in the committee, but it kind of just the way things turned and it timing, just the way the timing was, and it worked out, I think, well. But it was again, it was an honor to serve. And I look forward to continuing to work with the committee. It's a great group of folks up here, And I can honestly say that, when we make decisions and when we discuss things for Holmdel, it's truly what's best for all of Holmdel. And that's, that's not easy, I think, for some people to do. And again, when we read the oath, sometimes you read these things and you don't really think about it. But I was sitting up here, thinking of what we say, and I can honestly say that this group up here, can read that oath, and can honestly say that that's how they're going to perform their duties, and that's a testament to the voters, to the people that you chose, and we're going to live up to those standards for you all. So thank you.
I'll just add real quickly. First off, Mr. Lucarelli, I wasn't going to try to say the first name after everybody else. I was just going to call you DJ to make it easier. You did a fantastic job last year, man. I thought you were lights out. You were here nonstop and really involved in everything. So thank you very much for your leadership. Joe, looking forward to having you as part of the team. Very excited since you got elected. You've been out and about and involved with everything we've done. Mayor, looking forward to working with you. Thank you very much for your confidence in asking me to join a while ago and supporting me throughout all this. And Kim, you've been outstanding from the day we met and decided to run together. I think we got an amazing team here. I know every one of us are up here for the right reasons, which is for the Township of Holmdel, and we appreciate all your guys' support, so thank you.
Yeah, so I did want to thank DJ for selecting me as his running mate. I'm very excited to serve the community of Holmdel. I do want to thank my wife and my family and my friends and my father-in-law and Marcy, who all always show up for me. I think 2024 is going to be a great year. I got involved in politics because I love Holmdel. I like everyone that I'm serving with right now. I know so many people in the crowd that show up. I can't wait to get to work for Holmdel. So thank you for your support.
So now we'll open it for public comment. Mr. Tresquita, come on down.
Patrick Tresquita, 56 Line Road. Could you please give us a well, first of all, congratulations and looking forward to working with you. Could you give us a status on the world-famous horn antenna becoming the Holmdel horn antenna? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. To give the public an update, there is a court date scheduled for this Friday. The next step in the process is asking the Superior Court to enter a consent order, which actually just this afternoon, Holmdel and Crawford Hill reached terms on, which, if the court enters it on Friday, would then authorize the township to file what's called a declaration of taking, which gives it title to the property, and that'll be in exchange for depositing the sale proceeds with Crawford Hill. So everything's moving forward, and soon after Friday, the taking will occur, and we'll be updating the public accordingly, but everything's moving forward. There could be, if something doesn't get finalized in court on Friday, I don't want everyone to think, January 5th is the date everything happens, but we're on track for something happening in this month into next month for everything being finalized.
Good job. Thank you.
Anybody else? Ooh. Mr. Yanello?
I can vouch for the temperament thing. Your dad and I have had very spirited debates up here, which I've always loved. Congratulations, Brian. Question about Vonage. Where does it stand? So these people bought the property. By the way, thank you for having this committee. I'm going to apply to it. Thank you about the donations. That's wonderful. We've tracked them for a while, and it's affected virtually everyone. Friends, foes of different factions in the town, everyone's taken those donations. But where does, Vonage stand? So they bought it. They're waiting for body language from the town. How do we view that?
We're going to have a discussion tomorrow morning, a couple of us, the administrator, deputy mayor, and council, and to talk about just that, about what our next course of action is. There should be another discussion, another meeting to start really ironing out sort of what their vision is and what these guys are looking to do. But is it in front of the planning board yet for redevelopment? Did we put that through yet?
Mayor, the Township Committee did approve the blight study authorization, so I believe at the next opportunity, the Planning Board will then move forward with that and start that. That obviously is a process that would enable the township to utilize the redevelopment law, but that is certainly separate and distinct from any discussion about a potential use.
It's dual tracks, basically.
Okay. And just as you speak with them, this is obviously the elephants in the room, the water quality issue, because that's a sensitive waterway which goes right to our drinking water. The package plant, what needs to be done for that, how much can you put there, the impact on traffic for some intersections that are already very challenged. I live on Ladwood Drive, as many of you know. We can barely pull out during high season when our schools are in business, when Brookdale's in business. I can't fathom if we put a lot of things there. I know Prudential was there, but most people came in and came out. So, and also the impact on Holmdel Village. So again, these are the elephants in the room. I think you need to be very upfront with them that the community is hell-bent focused on these things.
100%. And I think part of the discussion is, hey, by the way, we're going to have residents watching,
Yeah.
right? Which is why we want to
Yeah.
set up that committee. And I think, what I can say with confidence is we're going to do every study and every layer of due diligence we can do to make sure there's no adverse effect on the township itself. I also live in South Holmdel, and my kids ride their bikes there, right? So it's close to home for all of us, quite literally.
Okay. And finally, and I don't want to get labeled anti-solar because I know we have some green people in the audience, but it hit me the other night you mentioned at this last meeting about this solar charging stations. And when I walked out of here, I'm like, where do we need solar charging stations for cell phones? Can't people just have a battery? And someone said, no, you fool, it's about cars. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I don't know if you've seen what's going on college campuses lately. They put up these hideous solar umbrellas everywhere and everything. And maybe they're economic for the colleges. Maybe it's good. I don't know. But if we're going to approve these hideous solar things here and there to charge a couple of cars a week or a month, this town needs to really look at the economics on that. What is the long-term benefit to the town from that? Because most of these things are hideous and in many cases not needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Anyone else from the audience? Former Mayor Cotelli?
Mayor, this was always my favorite part of the meeting, when all the audience can come up here and talk some nonsense. So I'm here tonight just to congratulate you, DJ, for turning the tide a year ago and really getting our township back in a good footing, exposing all the financial improprieties from 2020 to 2022. And this group is really, really well assembled. Congratulations, Mr. Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Mayor. I'm real proud of you. Not quite as proud as your father, but I'm honored to be able to give up my seat on the Township Committee to you, and you've ascended to the mayor's seat in 2 years, which I think is a record. Joe, congratulations. I know you're doing a great job. Thanks.
Thank you. It looks like we're going to conclude public comments, but before we conclude the meeting, we'll do an oath for the new appointees to the boards and committees.
So if you've been assigned to a board or committee, you can please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all of the duties of the office that I will hold according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
So I think that concludes our meeting. There's no more public comment. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. And we're going to the community center for some